Let's go ahead and jump right into it. It is May 17th. It's Friday, last day of the week. So as a reminder, right, if you've had a good week, no reason to try to double your money today. You had a bad week, no day to try to make it all back in one day, right? Doing what we always do, jump out to the monthly. You can see the monthly remains in balance. Basically trading very close to the previous month's high, which is the 53.17 quarter, trading 53.24 right now. Gotta, be very careful with that 17 level. Should we slip below it, we may see a bit of a decrease in price. Switching over to the weekly, you can see the weekly remains one time framing higher. A cessation of one time framing unlikely to happen today. The market would have to trade below the 51.74, so a pretty, be a pretty dramatic drop. Just monitor the previous week's open, the 52.62 quarter. I have a zone kind of down here. Basically, they're kind of lined up to buy, kind of like this retest, it looks like. So it's like 60 to 40. There's like just a ton of inventory kind of waiting to be down there, or a ton of references down there. But as far as the week goes, is we're expecting the close, kind of looking into the future here. It's looking like we're going to finish with a +4 week once again, so we'll have to move that higher. Then the odds of trading below it become a little bit different going into next week. Switching over to the daily, you can see we continue the one-time framing higher. We've traded back into the previous day's range and then close inside the previous day's range. So when we kind of smash these profiles together, basically because they're overlapping, you can see there's one larger upper distribution. You can kind of see up here, and then down here there's just less. But the key thing to pay attention to on the daily here is the low, 53.17. So it's the previous month's high and the previous day's low. So, a very important reference. It would give us a cessation of one time framing on the daily, and also be underneath of the previous month's high, so breaking back into a balanced level on a larger time frame. Now, switching over here to the profiles, plan for today is basically the same as it was yesterday. We still have this area from around the 30 to the 35 being a chop zone. Above that 33, the previous day's settle, I think you start to get a little bit strong. Yesterday's close, 53.20 quarter. So basically out of this kind of caution long zone, I would have liked it to get in there during the pre-market, but this thing could just kind of chop through this zone, get above that 33, 34 level, and then just kind of take off. I definitely think this is kind of a shorter trade, right? We kind of have two larger distributions lined up here, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to just get that straight continuation. So it may get a little bit of choppiness, and probably try to shake some people out before heading up towards that poor high, if it gets it right. Remember that we ran out of buyers yesterday, represented by the poor high, so you got to be careful today. It's not a day really to take a breakout trade to the upside, especially when the previous day we found a lack of buyers. And then below the Globex low, you start to see short pressure increase just because we're below the prior month's high. And then if we fill these single prints down here, there's decent odds that we're going to trade lower down to the 52.94, 52.86 area. But other than that, you guys have a good day, have a good weekend. Make sure you're managing risk and sticking to your trade plan, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or Monday.